I think the word is fun, We got to turn up and have as much fun as we possibly could all over the world in some of the most amazing locations you can imagine with an incredible director and wonderful actors. Like, what's not to like? And the script was so fun to begin with, and they just kept making it more and more fun as we went. So, it was a dream. I think anybody who says it wasn't the pyramids, I didn't get to go to Thailand. But standing in the middle of the pyramids and looking up and allowing yourself the moment to be inspired and awestruck by that was pretty special. I play a really interesting guy who keeps changing as the movie goes along, which I think is really nice. Guy sort of bumped it up even more from how it had been in the script and made him very different. And I loved it. I think audiences can expect us to have a huge amount of fun, and that doesn't matter if you're a kid or a grown-up. I think it'll bring the kid out in everybody, and that's my hope.
I play John Krasinski's sidekick, the person that always sort of fixes things when it's needed. I sort of step in when, things start to go awry, which is a lot in this film. And I'm often the voice of reason who gets the job done. Seriously, I feel like it's on so many people's bucket lists to go to the great ancient wonder of the world, Egypt. And there's no better way to do it than with a Guy Ritchie film. We were right at the foot of the pyramids, blowing up cars, filming, and it just really helps. We could have done that with CGI, really, but to actually be there, you really do feel the energy of that place, and it really does contribute to the performance and just the feeling that you're part of something that's very electric and very special. I think this is a little bit of a sort of throwback to movies that I grew up watching in the 80s that you don't see quite as much. Adventure, sort of big, epic sort of storylines that go around the world, and I feel like we're bringing a lot of that to the screen, which I think is a treat for the whole family.
It was unbelievable. It's a dream of a movie, We had so much fun in the process of making it. We got the opportunity to travel the world to make a film. That's not very common nowadays, and it's a fun genre-bending film. It's adventure, it's comedy, it's just the type of movie that feels incredibly nostalgic and entertaining, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. I play Esme, and she's sort of the protector of the Fountain of Youth. And as the movie goes on, we start discovering the dynamic between her and John's character, and it's a really fun, entertaining role. It involved a lot of comedy, which I love playing in the comedic realm, and so I truly enjoyed it. John is just the laugh. Honestly, it's really hard to keep a straight face with John. He's always making me laugh. He's like a constantly uplifting attitude on set, and I just really enjoy working with someone that has the vision, the talent, and really brings the best attitude. It was 6 months. Natalie would make me laugh all the time too. She's secretly really
I signed up right as soon as I heard that Guy Ritchie was directing. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, let's do it. And then I read the script, and it's just so much fun. And it's the type of movie that I grew up watching. You know what I mean? This is the kind of movie that I wanted to get into the movies for. So Indiana Jones, Romancing the Stone, that kind of fun adventure. I think we all need a little fun these days, and this is it. It's just so nice. A lot of movies now are being shot on blue screen and a lot of stuff not necessarily on location. To actually go to these places makes a huge difference. Certainly to the actors, but I think also what you capture on camera is just insane. And to get to go to the pyramids, I think that's the most selfies I've ever taken in my life. I was definitely a teenager on that day, and I was like, we're at the pyramid. I kept saying it over and over. Apple's been amazing, and honestly, I've been watching all the stuff that comes out on Apple, and so to actually be a part of an Apple project is so exciting. They just took such good care of it. It's a big movie, and they believed in it, and they went for it, and I think it shows. We had so much fun, but also the size and scope of the movie is just so big, the action and where we go. And listen, you just need the right palette for Guy Ritchie to paint in, and they gave it to him.
I got to go to Cairo and Vienna, and it was just incredible. And the energy between everyone was so fun. And we just laughed all day, and I think you can feel that in the movie. It's really just fun, exactly like you said, a summer movie. I loved working with Guy. Guy is so inventive, so creative all the time, loves to have a good time, so relaxed, so good at what he does, and is so sharp, just comes up with stuff all the time, and you just know you're in good hands. And he has the same crew forever, so they work together so smoothly, and it's exactly as it should be. It's fun. I think it's so exciting that it's opening everywhere globally on the same day, so that people in different places will have such different reactions, I'm sure, depending on their own impressions of these different locations and mythologies. But it's really, I think, joyful and really for the whole family, which is something that I find so rare, having kids myself, trying to find something that I want to watch that is also appropriate for my kids. It was great working with John. He's such an incredible actor. He's so funny, and he's such a kind person, and we just had a great time. And it was fun getting to play brother and sister. I think that's pretty rare to have at the middle of an adventure movie like this. And makes sense for something that's about the fountain of youth to have someone who's known you since you were a child as your kind of partner through it.